Phecda? Yeah. From the day she was a nebula, the universe kind of knew she'd end up being a big main sequence star. I mean, she grew up in the thigh of a bear, called Ursa Major. It's considered as part of the Big Dipper district. Like, if that's not going to get you into the main sequence life, nothing is. When you look at her, she's got this apparent magnitude of a 2.4 and she's already 84 light years away. It's 70 times brighter than our own sun and that's saying something. When she was just a nebula, she was glowing the signs of a childhood stardom. So you tell me she ain't up for big things. She got a big bang coming. She got a big bang. There's always going to be a gravitational field pulling you down, and Phecda embraced it. She embraced it and let it transform her into a stunning proto-star, outshining her contemporaries. So you tell me a single thing she's done wrong and you are wrong yourself. If she keeps her head in the game and fuses that hydrogen into the helium, hopefully she'll run out of the hydrogen and become a red giant. Keep up appearances every now and again. But we all know that a star like that is headed nowhere but an explosion. She's either headed towards a planetary nebula or a supernova. Let's face facts, please. Thank you. I want to know how a protostar can leap from being a simple nebula to being a proton star, and then becoming a main sequence star within 300 million years. I'll tell you how. Me, I trained her. I was the one who held her hand through the gravitational acceleration and accretion, while her mom waltzed around the universe, expanding and compressing like nobody's business. Phecda was my creation. But do I get credit for it? No. No one ever gives credit to the nanny. No. One way or another she's going to explode from the fandom. Well, she's actually one of the only stars these millions of years that actually have stayed on the right path, so props to her. She had not only avoided transforming into a brown dwarf by keeping her temperature and mass high, but she successfully and gracefully developed into a gorgeous mainstream star. So, it's better than most stars. You want to know why she's headed for an explosion? Because she doesn't have me by her side. She called me mommy once. I was the CO and the H2 molecules to her universe. Now where is she? Flaunting her limited hydrogens, letting them fuse into helium until she's nothing but a black hole or a black dwarf. Nothing but darkness in her future. It seems to me that she has two options. Two options! She can either fuse the helium into carbon as a red giant and explode as a planetary nebula, or the wild form in a white dwarf with all the stresses of a fandom and the normal pressure from electron degeneracy. I mean, hopefully she continues down the path and cools down into a black dwarf. It's what so many great stars have done before her, and it's what so many will do long after she's a black dwarf. It's one of those ways of life as a star, you know? Well, I'm not so sure that she's going to end up being a black dwarf. There's something about her that points towards an increased mass and a fusion of her helium into carbon, and later carbon into oxygen, fusing beyond her years, up until iron, that is. I just don't see it. Bada boom, bada bing, as soon as she runs out of that iron, she's got a supernova coming her way. Big plans, big plans. All that compressing will lead to forming a neutron star and a black hole, the neutron star being a super ultra hot mass as a result of the neutron degeneracy pressure every star endures. And, well, a black hole. That's from her compressing too much of that star life into her schedule, you know? Every star burns out. It's just the way stardom works. A couple of booms, a couple of bangs, then you got nothing but a black hole inside.